Well, you know what time it is? It's grocery haul and meal prep time again. A little bigger than last week, but not too much bigger. So I've got a watermelon, which technically was not on the list, but it's nearing the end of summer, so of course I have to have some watermelon. I think that'll be all right. A couple bananas. We've got tomato, sweet potatoes, onions, another fennel. Can you imagine 2 fennels in the space of 4 weeks, and I've never ever cooked with it before. I think that's kind of cool. Some honey mustard, some arugula, grapes. These are sesame seeds, some power greens, so kale, spinach, and chard. Back there I've got some coconut milk, salsa, walnuts, nutritional yeast. I've never ever tried it, but a recipe calls for it, so I guess we're gonna give it a try and see if we like it. I hope so. It's a big bag. Some baby bok choy, a lot of peppers, a pear, some berries, blueberries, and some avocado. Of course there is meat. I have that in my freezer. I usually get most of my meats from ButcherBox. We've talked about that before. And I think that's it. So let's get putting this away and doing some meal prep. So the first recipe that we are prepping is a curried Spanish rice and lentil bake. And the first thing we're going to do is cook the rice. There's instructions for how to cook it, but to be honest, I just love my rice cooker. It always turns out just great. So I am going to plug this in. I am using an Aroma Professional cooking device, and you've seen me use this before. It's the one that has the saute function. So I am just going to turn this on, and I am using white rice, although the recipe calls for brown, and that's just because I need to use up what I have. And then going forward, I will swap out the white rice for brown rice. I won't buy white rice anymore. Okay, that's step 1. Okay, step 2 is to cook the lentils. The recipe calls for brown lentils. I have red lentils. I don't know if there's a difference, but I'm just going with what I have. Again, no point me buying more when I need to just use what I have up. So there's 2/3 of a cup of red lentils in here, and I need to add 1 1/3 cup of water. And I rinse the lentils before sticking them in the saucepan, and we're going to bring this to a boil and then reduce to medium low and simmer for about 25 minutes. So now we're waiting for it to go to a boil. So here are the lentils after 25 minutes. Pretty much perfect. And the beeper on the rice just went off as well. And that's the rice. Let's go on to the next step. Okay, so the next step is to saute some onions. So we need some olive oil. I'm going to let that heat up for a little bit, and then we're going to add 1 whole onion and 1 clove of garlic. Again, you guys know I use minced garlic because I'm just lazy that way. Just make it easier. I've also taken some spinach and I've put it in my food processor and chopped it up finely. I'll show you what that looks like. Very fine. That's going to go in here shortly. First, we need to get this browned. Okay, these are looking mostly translucent, so we're going to add the rice to this. I'm going to add 2 cups of rice. Of course, I didn't make the right amount for the instructions, so I'm guessing that it's 2 cups. I think 2 cups will be good. Add that. We need to add 2 teaspoons of curry powder. And a 1/2 teaspoon of salt. And a 1/2 teaspoon of pepper, and I'm just going to eyeball that one. Okay, and to this we are going to add the lentils. Hopefully this will all fit. And 2 cups of coconut milk. I have 1 can and it's 400 mils. So I am going to add an additional 100 mils of water to supplement that. And we're just going to cook this for 1 minute and then we're going to transfer it to a baking pan. I spared you from having to watch me move this to a baking dish. So I just have a 9 by 13 glass baking dish. I lined it with parchment paper because I have no idea how this is going to bake and I don't want a mess to clean up. So I'm going to cheat there a little bit. This is going to go in the oven for 35 minutes at 350 and this is supposed to serve 4. Which makes me think that maybe this is a little thinner than what they wanted. They didn't specify the baking dish. I am supposed to cover this with aluminum foil when I stick it in, and I will probably check partway through and see how it's doing and not wait the full 35 minutes. Let me get that in the oven. So when I checked at 25 minutes, there still was some moisture, so I let it go for the full 35, and I think that looks pretty good. Hopefully it tastes okay. It smells good. Okay, so that's it. That's all I have time for today. I hope you enjoyed and are inspired to maybe prep a little bit for the upcoming week. Maybe give this one a try. And until then, it's time to clean the kitchen.